Rogue character reveal video just dropped. Let's get to it.
Your girl Rogue is ready for action.
She flew in. She gotta have some sort of flight, some sort of movement. Okay. Self shield.
Take
Okay.
a seat, darling.
Shawty got the combos. Almighty push. Almighty pull.
Line break. Sayonara. Gather in.
Look at the damage. She got Thor Force in the shield and Ivan form. Nah, this is she looks crazy, man. It's crazy.
Touchy today. Take everything.
She just 1v4'd the whole team. She just 1v4'd the whole team, bro. Just ulting in. Nah, we gotta look back. We gotta look back. So she has some sort of shield to initiate. And I don't see any health, so it might be infinite. I see the gauge, but the gauge go pretty fast though.
Take a seat, darling.
And she has, now my thing is, do you have to hit this dash to get the combo up? Oh my god, bro, like what is this? She gets AoE damage and she can pull fellas towards her. Brother. And she has like a little like shield bash, like little shield finisher. Like she's using the guard reversal. She got the little shield bash, so you need the shield up to do that. And now this looks crazy. So you have, so it looks like, you know, it's gonna be a grab if you want to steal somebody's some power, steal their power, which is her F. That's so crazy. Man, what ability is she? Oh, she used the ability to go in. Like, bro, look, bro. Now look at this, bro. She has Thor Force. You can get shield, diamond form down here. I ain't gonna lie, using her, you're gonna, like, you can be real. This is gonna be a nuanced character, especially for what the team is gonna need. Like, Strange is always gonna be in the front. So is it wise to just have a Strange shield ready for anything? I assume you would want to steal a tank's ability first, just to have it, since you are gonna be a tank. Okay, this is gonna be crazy, right? If anybody could figure out a 2-tank with a Mr. Fantastic and a Rogue comp, that's gonna be dangerous. We're gonna see how much damage she really do when she's really in there. Like, her ult looks crazy. Like, I don't like there's these bars that pop on the bottom right here. The healer bar is like maxed dang near off rip. Brawling bar is like the next thing that's gonna fill up, and then her Vanguard bar. So the only thing I can assume with these abilities is that, like, she's gonna heal first off rip, and then over time she's gonna get stronger. Over time she's gonna be more tankier. And it looks like she can give it to the whole team. I'm not too sure because the team is not with her. She's really 1v5ing this team, and they're all taking tick damage, and she's just doing damage, bro. And like, I wonder what these numbers on top of their heads mean. Also, if you look at her character, everybody that's in her ult has like a little sign on her. So like, you got the mag bubble with Magneto. You have, and it looks like it's like siphoning. She has like a little siphon link to these fellas too. Like, they have she just killed Cloak and Dagger and Phoenix. You see a Phoenix symbol, Ultron symbol, Wolverine symbol right here. Like, this character, man, this character looks like a lot of fun. She looks really strong off eye test. What do you guys think? I miss the locking. She looks so fun to play as. I can't wait till Friday hits, December 12th. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. He is the balance post for the upcoming season 5.5 updates. So it looks like they're starting off with the Vanguards. Yes, sir. Emma Frost Increase base health from 550 to 600. She's removing basically they're just removing the anchor team up. Nothing too crazy there. Penny Parker, reduce base health from 750 to 700. Is the healing that crazy for her to lose health? I don't know. I don't think that's really gonna do anything for the character. Not too crazy. The Thing, increase Stone Haymaker bonus damage equal to enemies max health per hit from 8% to 10%. Increase the dangering of lingering anti-mobility field after Yancey Street charge from 3 to 5 seconds. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, the Thing buff really, I didn't feel the Thing buff. But I'm not gonna lie, not being CC for 5 seconds. Dang, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Spider-Man means Black Panther means it might be actual GG. Either or. And then also more percent damage for his Haymaker. We'll see what this thing, this does for the Thing. Every time they buff him, this kit just does not allow him to really thrive. So nothing crazy for the tanks, nothing but nerfs, high key, and only a buff to the Thing. Oh, Thor! How did I miss it? Thor buff, Thor nerf. During Storm Surge, instead of being unable to change the direction of movement, Thor can now freely adjust it while dashing and moving in any direction. Also, he can now change directions of Storm Surge. This is a small change, but this is a good change. I'm not gonna lie. Because there be times where you want to hit somebody and, you know, what if you can't line it up right? Curve a little bit. Man's a homie miss on that. All right, go to Duelist. Blade. Increase Ancestral Sword single hit damage from 24 to 26. And Whirlwind slash single hit damage from 15 to 16. Reduce Bloodline Awakening. Reduce healing from 35 to 25%. I'm not too sure what they want to do with Blade. Like he's just not where he needs to be. I mean, they're giving him more base damage with his sword, but like there's so many things in this game where like brawling with him isn't like the craziest thing to do. But we finna see, maybe he can fight better with a team now with a sword being able to do much damage. Daredevil. Let's see if they nerf him. They remove the team up anchor 25 bonus health. They did nothing to Daredevil, and I kind of agree, man. Like, yeah, Daredevil. The only problem with Daredevil is that he's constantly banned. So does that call for a nerf? I don't know. Maybe you just buff other heroes to make them more bannable. Human Torch. Johnny Storm slightly turns up the heat. Slightly reduces projectile speed. Increase single cluster projectile damage from 5 to 5.5. Adjust maximum fall off from 60% at 30 meters to 60% at 20 meters. Reducing the single charge speed from 3.3 seconds to 2.5. Increase the damage from 40 to 40. Will this make Human Torch a little bit more viable? We finna see. Phoenix during Endsong Inferno. Increase Phoenix summon health from 400 to 500. Not gonna lie, yeah, it's pretty easy to knock out her ult in the sky. I ain't gonna hold you. Once she presses, if there's at least like 2 people hitting her that do high DPS damage, which usually are going to be the DPS fellas, and also now with everybody else doing DPS, almost equivalent damage with like your hybrids and the healer and in the Vanguard roles. If there's like 3 people looking at her, you can really take out her ultimate fairly easy. Obviously, if you're in the lower ranks, not happening. But it's cool to see that Phoenix has some survivability for her ult, because her ult was easily destroyed. Kind of like Girl's ult is pretty easy to destroy, to be honest. Psylocke, increased energy costs of Dance of the Butterfly from 2800 to 3400. I wonder, I mean, usually when they increase the ult charge of someone, it don't make a crazy difference if you are already like crazy with her. I know she was able to gain a lot of ult charge off of the tank, so maybe they're trying to mitigate that. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. I'm sure Psylocke will still be very viable. This really doesn't really change anything. Scarlet Witch increased the charge to Chthonian Burst by Chaos Control hits from 0.08 to 0.1. Increased Dark Seal projectile speed from 40 meters per second to 60 meters per second. And remove spell field generation delay. Increased reality erasure enemy pull speed cast from 2.4 to 3 meters per second. Punisher, increased education damage per hit from 19 to 20. I think that's really gonna do too much. Wolverine, he can now target walls for his landing point. I mean, maybe somebody will find some crazy part of the map to do his ult on. That's all for the DPS. Nothing crazy this 5.5, like nothing is like, from at least from what I've seen, nothing's being changed crazy. Human Torch might have a little bit more upside, but like I don't see any crazy changes. Let's go to Strategist. Gambit, increased energy cost of his ultimate. We all have seen this coming. They're probably gonna keep increasing his ult until he is not for sure first go-to ban. Invisible Woman, they increase her ultimate ability of, you know, ulting. I feel like honestly with Gambit's ult charging everybody, especially like the healers are usually the first ones to get together their ult with all the healing in the game and damage how they do. Gambit, his ult increase is gonna affect a lot of other healers, just people in general with their ults, and with Invisible Woman going up to 4,500. They obviously see that Invis and Gambit are the healing duo of the game. We'll see if this knocks him down a small peg. I like Invis, I like Gambit. I want them still to be viable characters in the game. But we'll see what this increase of energy cost for the ultimate's gonna do. It usually does nothing, but maybe it makes other characters viable to get their ult charge faster. Loki, increased damage and healing ratio of Loki's doppelgangers from 80% to 90%. Loki might be back in the meta. Luna Snow, oh man. Reduce absolute zero startup time and increase projectile speed from 60 meters to 80 meters per second. Is this the stun? The freeze? So she can freeze faster? New ability. My theory is true, man. They're trying to get Luna Snow back in the meta, bro. They're trying their hardest with this team up and new ability. Luna can apply idle aura to herself, separate from share the stage. When idle aura is active, 10% of healing to allies is converted into healing for Luna herself, and she gains 10% healing boost and 10% damage boost. She heals better, does more damage, man. This is insane. Rocket, increased the energy cost of Sia. Anyway, they just honestly looked at the top 3 healers in the game and was like, you know what? We like that these characters are being played more. Up the ult charge. That's their go-to with the healers. If a healer is like, if the healer meta is just a healer just outshining the others, up the ult charge. That's the go-to. They did it with Cloak and Dagger. They did it with Luna. It really didn't do much. It doesn't do much. It's honestly going to take buffing of the other healers for them to be more in the mix, and we'll see what this Luna buff will do, and the Loki buff. We'll see what it does, but so far Ultron, hopefully he gets a buff, because Ultron is literal dirt, and I love the character. And it came out with the Ultron Infinity Ultron skin. They should have made it legendary. That's like the only I can give y'all so far. Anyway, Ultron's battlefields coverage and utility are evolving. Patch can now deploy up to 2 drones, allowing support for 2 allies at once. Firewall now, yo, this is a crazy change. Okay, Firewall now requires a target with imperative patch to use. After use, Ultron gains 40 or 65 bonus health. The target and the nearby allies get 50 bonus health, plus selected ally gains 20% movement speed and 10% damage boost. Ooh, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the Firewall, like it's cool to give the overshield, but like it should do more than just give bonus health. And I like that it gives you and allies movement speed, because like, bro, Gambit has all this utility. Why can't Ultron have all this utility if he's gonna be a DPS healer too? Give him the utility. Increased energy cost of Rage of Ultron to 3,700 to 400, which if you're gonna give Ultron more utility, then you're definitely gonna have to up his ult charge, because that was like one of the best things about him. He with his base kit, how he first came out, giving his ult charge to being like 3,500 at the time, I think like 2 like nerfs ago, was viable. But now that he has all this utility, 4,000 ultimate charge costs. It makes sense. But like, yeah, the 2 drones, that's gonna be fire because he's gonna be able to put a drone on himself. Because that was the only thing about Ultron. You really did have to play around the drone. Like the drone was like your main, gameplay outside of like your left click. Because if you wasn't like, you have to get healed because you're gonna get targeted because you're in the sky, and it's not like you really move quick. You have like speed boost. After that speed boost, that cooldown time is there, and you're basically easy to hit. Anybody that's like, bro, Angela, you're practically dead unless the team isn't looking at you. This is all regarding if the team doesn't look at you, by the way, like the healer doesn't look at you to heal, or damage, cupping out Ultron. But yeah, there's so many characters in the game. Angela, basically almost any DPS. You have Iron Fist, Hela, Namor can deal with him, Hawk. So having these 2 drones really is going to it mixes Ultron up. I'm liking the Ultron change because he basically wasn't a character in season 5 or 4.5. Team up abilities adjusted or removed. Here is where the agendas from NetEase start. Luna's now Iron Fist, Emma Frost. Emma Frost gets the ice wall. So the thing about Emma is that if you're playing in space, you don't have to worry about getting, choked up and kicked into something. But now that she has a wall to kick you wherever, however, is annoying. And of course she has to get a team up through Luna. So you have to have a Luna on like in your game. So essentially you could turn to, with Emma being the best Vanguard in the game, you could turn someone to at least a Luna. You could be like, yo, let me get the Emma team up, which makes fellas play more Luna. And we all see the agenda for that East has. They can't allow Luna not being like the top 3 healer in the game, which she was top 3 healer. She wasn't top 3 healer in the game this season. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It was really Gambit, Invis, and Rocket as healers. And if it wasn't Rocket, like people were playing Jeff. So Luna not being one of the top healers being played, they said, nope, we gonna adjust. We're gonna give her a new ability and a new team up with the best tank in the game. So now we have the Rogue team up with Gambit. Obviously, this is obvious. Why wouldn't you have the marriage couple to not have a team up? She does damage, and like she does, like every time she hits somebody, it has like a wave of healing and a wave of damage. So she does AoE damage and healing when she has a team up activated with Gambit, which is pretty cool because she's gonna be in the fight. She's a brawler, so to have that is good. The Emma Frost and Psylocke, I kind of like how Psylocke, she is like her default skin, at least. It has like the little, I don't even know what you would call it, like she has like a piece of armor that is tied up with like a big knot, akin to Sasuke. She plays like a ninja. She plays like someone from Naruto. And it was cool that she had shadow clone jutsu, like an illusion jutsu with her other clone. That was cool with Emma team up. I wish they kind of kept that, but they ended up removing it, which I understand. You don't want to have a Psylocke, Emma, and Luna team up at the same time. And also Emma don't need team ups, bro. She's like the best tank in the game. She doesn't need a team up. And it's kind of cursed that she has that team. And you have to assume that Rogue is going to be the best tank in the game for Emma to legit get an upgrade. She may have lost the health, which was only 50, but she got a team up for herself. Crazy work. Psylocke loses that team up, but she gets another team up anyway with Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger easy. Cloak and Dagger has been one of the go-to healers in the game, but she's not really seen as often. So maybe she might be in the meta a little more with the Psylocke. But to be honest, the only people playing Psylocke is ranked wise, at least. It's the high ranks, and usually high ranks they're playing. They're not playing for the most part. But we'll see. The fact that she can go invisible twice is a little crazy. I don't know how I feel about that. And we have only one balance change for a team up for Daredevil and Punisher. I swear I don't see this team up whatsoever Not only does Daredevil get banned every game, but when there's a Daredevil on the map, I never see a point there. Daredevil loses an extra 25 bonus health with him being an anchor. So we're gonna see if, you know, his survivability is gonna change. That's like the only thing I could think of for Daredevil that they would probably nerf is his survivability. And their first point of action is removing the anchor team up bonus health. We'll see what his survivability looks like without it. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I catch y'all later.